this Antara's bet?
Vujki od prejškaj vaš do. You are not the lion, but that is his beast.
Let's make this quick. I have a transport due any time now. Demo, Azat, and whoever you are, get out. And you. I don't know you. And that's a problem because it's my job to know everyone around here. Even the degenerate smuggler I declined to name as Mara Effendi. Of course I know that rogue. It's my job to know, and I'm good at my job. But then you come along to make me look bad in front of my superior. You were sighted fleeing the scene of a terrible crash. A prison transport, as I understand it, carrying work crews bound for Neo-Carthag. But here's the strange thing. We recovered the crew and passenger manifests. And what do you think we found? All hands were accounted for. 87 names, 87 bodies. Which brings us back to our central mystery. You. Who are you? How did you come to be on that shuttle? But most importantly, how are you known to the Fremen outlaws, Antara?
Avdo prejškiva.
The Sardaukar say he helped you, and only you.
Špado has.
It's a shame we've not the time to dig deeper. I'm sure you would have much to share given the proper incentive. But alas, my expertise is required elsewhere. And while the Sardaukar are many things, jailers, they are not. So then, you may take your secrets to the grave. We will find and kill your Fremen confederate in any event.
No slight to you, Tors. I just thought that this interrogation might benefit from my visage. You see, Sub-Prefect, hypnoligation. This prisoner was deliberately layered with a compulsion, and my face is the trigger. Enough of this. So a mystery within a mystery. Who did this to our prisoner and why? And what does it have to do with Zantara the Lion? Bring them. Fascinating. Your compulsion is designed to react only to the sight of my real face. This projection allows us to talk face to face, so to speak. I am Count Hazimir Fenring. I serve the Emperor as observer and confidant, and I keep his Sardaukar from getting too far off the leash. You've heard the expression, the spice must flow. I am the man who ensures that it continues to do so. So, having established who I am, we turn to you. An escaped prisoner, a survivor. But every person carries their past with them. Who are you? I'll be the judge of that. Though another lost soul on an Imperial prison transport is hardly noteworthy. What is noteworthy is this sequence of events. A crashed prison transport. An escaped prisoner rescued by the outlaws Antara. Finally, an insidious form of compulsion that forces the subject to kill themselves rather than be subject to my presence. It's almost flattering. Do you remember who gave you this compulsion? Do you know how it came to be? That's remarkable. You survived the Bene Gesserit test for humanity. There are very few who can boast of that. And then Zantara rescues you from the wreckage of the ship. Why you? What is your association with him? Truth be told, I am less interested in the outlaw. The Sardaukar want his head, but my interests rarely align with those of the Imperial Legion. No, I am mostly interested in whoever did this to you, and whether there is a way we can help each other. Exactly. You have been a victim of nefarious circumstance. And yet, it is clear that you are a singularly resourceful individual. A survivor. I can use someone like you. Someone who can survive in difficult situations. And in return, I promise you answers. For now, do nothing. Enjoy your freedom. But when you are ready, make your way to Hanevar's bar in Harko village. Find my contact. That will let her know who you are. Be discreet. The ones who did this to you are powerful and subtle. I cannot protect you from their compulsion. We've spoken long enough. I will have the guards return your weapons and put you out in the street. I will keep my agent apprised of what I learn. I leave you with this. Do not waste sorrow over the aristocracy of misfortune. You have your life to live.
been waiting for you. Come now, off-worlder. That was a coincidence. Noctua was just so very happy to see you. The Sardaukar let you go. Either you told them something valuable enough to buy your freedom, or you've been working for them all along. Which is it? Work for him. Why? This compulsion. Fenring seems unusually interested in you. I warn you, off-worlder. He's a dangerous man. He's one of the best duelists in the Imperium, but he is the Emperor's right hand. A man who works from the shadows. Whoever gave you this compulsion must not want their secrets or knowledge of your mission to fall into his hands. Do nothing, off-worlder. Carry on exactly as Fenring has asked. He's almost certainly watching you. Your best hope is to do as he bids. Meet his contact. Carry out their assignments. Pay attention. Anything Fenring asks you to do will serve a double purpose. Plans within plans. I'll do what I always do, off-worlder. Make sure you don't get killed.
Greetings to you. Pay no attention to the disorder, my friend. There is a system to the chaos, I assure you. Are you in need of something? I assume you mean the Samuta and not me. I am quite particular about my hygiene, my friend. Not myself, no. But after Mother died, my father found solace in the escape the drug provides. Now the little that is left of him yearns for nothing else. It is a dismal, blind alley to travel. Mind you keep clear of Samuta. Kahraman Rais is my name. Mechanic. Not the only one, but I'm the only one I'd recommend. There are a lot of people in Harko you don't want to deal with. Some would take the water right out of your mouth. This place has a way of making people mean. Look around. This isn't a paradise like Chusuk. On Arrakis, every day is a battle. And Harko fights dirty. You can try to do the right thing, but eventually, like a worm, it pulls you down to where you're doing things you never thought you were capable of. It's a question of survival. And the shape it takes depends on the pressure applied. But listen to me. Going on about pressure. Ugh. I must have that jammed pneumatic stamp on my mind. You know, Einar's asked after it 3 times this week. Can you believe? Ah, but I'm sure you mean what can we do for each other, huh? Well, you can find fuel here, but also tools and packs for repair. I've got access to vehicle schematics, too. If any of that interests you, I'm sure we can come to an arrangement. What's on your mind?
foresight to safeguard our prosperity. Obey without question, for doubt is the path of destruction. Trust in the wisdom of House Harkonnen to guide us to glory.
It would seem the Landsraad's favor does not extend to you.
You are not recognized by the Landsraad.
Welcome, stranger. If you come seeking treatment, I have all manner of locally sourced natural remedies for whatever ails you. What is there to tell? I am a simple herbalist, plying my trade in a troubled world. Well, whoever told you that is mistaken. While I do offer healing services, they are of a simple natural... Welcome, stranger. Do not underestimate the potency of ground Zithtrakian antlion eggs. An amount no greater than the head of a pin can instigate the regeneration of necrotized tissue at the cellular level. On more primitive worlds, they believe it is magic.
Greetings, stranger. What can I do for you? From our homeworld of Drem, House Pinette produces the finest assassins deployed throughout the Imperium. For a price. One without the other is unbalanced and slovenly. An ill-prepared meal without manners or class. We cleave to the laws of Canley. We perfected the precepts of a war of assassins. Following these rules costs far less lives than open war. Our precise discipline in the art of death actually saves lives across the Imperium. The math does not lie. That is why we've come to Arrakis. Why we lobbied among the Landsrad for the conflict between Duke and Baron to be a war of assassins. My name is Darina Danilo. I have the distinct privilege of serving the Landsrad representatives of House Spined here on Arrakis. Though mine is a double calling. I'm also a chef sought out by the nobles of many houses. Good taste unites us. That is not untrue. Our society produces paragons among assassins and poisoners, as well as culinary masters. As you say, our food is that good. The things I can do with Marosdir would make a paranoid man risk it all. Besides, ours is a society that cleaves to the laws of Khanli and the rules of conduct in the War of Assassins. We are that code's most devoted servants. Ours is a culture where politeness and coyness walk hand in hand. It is vulgar to say who is and who is not a practicing assassin. I will say that Harko Village offers multiple levels of opportunity for my house, not the least of which is the demand for a skilled chef. House Harkonnen is a house of appetites, after all.
Sastentor, for you are the foundation upon which House Harkonnen built its empire. Together we shall conquer all adversaries.
I don't recognize the pattern of your footfalls. Who are you? You find me felled by the slings and arrows of calamity, yet the universe will not let me die. I abide. I always. If you have eyes, I must appear a beggar, blind and broken. But once, I was a warrior, a sword master of Ginaz. Once, I was Seren Valen. Now, I am a walking mausoleum to his name. From our homeworld on Ginaz, we trace our roots all the way back into the long ago, fighting the thinking machines in the Butlerian Jihad. My house fell, defeated by House Mauritani in the War of Assassins. I would be saddened if the same fate befell House Atreides. More than mere blade slingers, a swordmaster is a force unto themselves. They can repair force shields, plan military campaigns, and improvise weapons. A swordmaster is a thread to a grand tapestry, an ancient tradition, a celebration of human excellence defying mediocrity and thinking machines. If there is romance in our image, it is not the glorification of violence, but the celebration of humanity in the face of the cold void. The Sardaukar are soulless homunculi, machine men with machine minds, products of industrialized combat, the essence of artless brutality. A swordmaster seeks to be everything they are not. A swordmaster can keep a poem on the tongue while holding a blade in the hand. The Sardaukar are frightful and hard, but brittle in the end. A true swordmaster shatters such wretched automatons. That is who I was, in the days of honorable duels, shining steel, and laughter. As I crawl through the sand and shit of Harco, high ideals fade. Betrayal upon betrayal made me, as you see. My enemies stripped everything from me, though they will not let me. I do not. My trust in others is as mutilated as my body. The details of my betrayal are of no concern to you. That is who I was. Would that your beliefs could alter my reality. Would that I still had the capacity to care what you believe. Betrayal upon betrayal made me, as you see. My enemies stripped everything from me. I do not. My trust, as you wish. You're in dubious luck, then. I am an adept of the Ginaz school. Millennia of martial knowledge distilled down to the broken form before you. Though I'm but a mangled memory of Seren Valen, a memory is enough to thrash you. Keep your distance. Seems there's an old custom on this cruel planet to cast the blind out among the dunes for burial by way of Wormbelly. Several curs accosted me to uphold that tradition. I scribed regret upon their flesh in so bold a signature as they won't soon forget. On guard. Whether you are worthy or not, my days of training are long gone. Still, there's something you could do for me, and maybe we can reach an accord. In a recent scrape, I gave as good as I got. But the knaves made off with the last possession that is important to me. The hilt of my old Gnaz sword. Find out who did this, and I would find myself obliged to you. Off you go, then.
Come in, Pawindar. Come in. State your purpose before my fricassee grows cold. It is barely edible when hot. One would think that in an imperium of 1,000,000 worlds, some culinary aptitude would have developed somewhere. What I wouldn't give for a proper bowl of Klavna Gar, or even a plate of Borks, steaming, rare, and glowing like the fires of Auralu. What is it you wanted again? State your business or be gone. My fricassee grows cold. 13! Where are you hiding, damn it? I'm sure you would. What now? 13 is my pleasure thrall and servant. I don't know what his given name was before I changed him to her, but it's 13 now. Because she displeased me 12 times. You again. I'm sure you would. Give me all your money. Of course you don't. For you, there is only the tiny piece of sky your Emperor permits you to see. As if everything you knew about the universe was gleaned through a keyhole. But there is more out there, beyond the light of your Imperium. I'll tell you this, and this only. In my culture, information is a currency more valuable than gold. We don't just give it away. Did Eve know what the apple would taste like before she took that first bite? No, idiot. There are no free samples. 13. 13, where the hell are you? Our guest was just leaving. Need is overstating it. I simply require an odd assortment of spare parts to fuel my experiments, and will pay handsomely for their conveyance. Something about this corrupt world nurtures the greed in your kind, Palinda. Until recently, I had a convivial relationship with my supplier. They provided a fresh and steady supply of the materials I require, and my payment was similarly unfaltering. They suddenly started demanding 5 times as much for the same product. It's an absolute outrage. I won't pay it. I would if it were so easy, but there are variables I will not bore you with. Still, they hold my package for ransom. It is an outrage. You will find the robbers in the Jabal Efreet. I will amend the contract with the exact coordinates.
Seeking alliances with rival factions is an act of betrayal. Loyalty to House Harkonnen is non-negotiable.
A kitten wanders in from the dark, lost and afraid. Can I help you, kitten? I like to think that Fenring has good taste in his acquisitions. But you look like a problem to me. My family has a sense for these things. My father calls it his spice nose. Knowing when a job is going to go bad. And you're bad news. My father prefers that other people don't discuss his business. But my name is Alara Tuek. I'm here to hold your leash, kitten. Oh, not me, kitten. This is Fenring's show. He wants you to do a little wet work. Assassination. Straight from the handbook. Educational and thrilling. Oh, it's a boring old book from almost 10,000 years ago. A list of ways to kill people, and the weapons you can use under the Great Convention. Oh, his instructions were very specific, kitten. You're going to learn the how and why of the Assassin's Handbook. Ready to get to work? I have two names to whisper to you, kitten. The glutton and the paranoid. Which do you want to hear about? It was inevitable that with the Fremen gone, someone would seize upon the threads of their mysticism. A new cult has been born in the Haga Basin. They call themselves the Masquerette, a bunch of worm worshippers haunting the ruins of an old power station. And their leader? A prophet. No one has ever seen her in the flesh, but her Solido projection preaches to her faithful every day. Her inner chamber is guarded by 5 pentashields. The access keys for each shield are carried by 4 of her most fervent followers, except for the 5th key. That she keeps with her at all times. She calls them her chosen, and has named them after the parts of the sandworm. The tooth, the fire, the body, and the breath. Each carries a key. But as I mentioned, the 5th key is kept by her. Do not give up so easily, kitten. This is a shield dissembler. Mentioned in the handbook as a way to bring down shields. A dissembler takes time and patience to use. They cannot be used against personal shields. They take minutes to align with pentashields. If you are caught, you do not know me. You have never heard the name Fenring. Will you find our paranoid cult leader, kitten? Then go, kitten. Show them your claws.
I've not seen you before. Pray, what can you want from me? If you are asking where my allegiance lies, my sisters and brothers are smugglers. I'm with them. By being reliable. By being more than a common thief, like Einar over there. Not the word I would use for that thieving addict. But yes, the spice prospector. Be wary of that one.
For you are the foundation upon which House Harkonnen builds its empire. Together we shall conquer all adversaries.
Welcome to Hannavars. Follow 3 simple rules and you'll have a good time. Rule number 1. We maintain a segregated lounge. You must stay within your own designated cast area. The Na Familia will not abide a low-born interloper, and I don't want to hear the bitching. This rule is for your own protection. They sit around waiting for any excuse to invoke Canley and kill you where you stand. Rule number 2. All drinks cost what they cost. You pay up front, no haggling and no discounts for any Harkonnens. Don't even ask. Rule number 3, stay out of the back room. It's off limits. I'm Anushka Hanovar, and this is my place. Because you've never been to my homeworld. Every millimeter of stonecrete, every glass portal, and every shape beam in here is meant to invoke a unique construction detail found only on the ice planet, Lenkivale. In truth, we are shamelessly borrowing from the renowned design mentat Hansia Einwald, but I like to think he would be flattered if he wasn't dead. The nautical theme and ornamentation celebrates our homeworld's most famous export. The magnificent and priceless furs of the great Beyondak's Vale. The bones of which hang suspended above the beer hall as our dramatic centerpiece. This particular specimen was an especially infamous and fearsome beast known as Krasinok. Me? That's a good laugh. No, that would be my father, Ilyich. He was a whaleboat captain in his younger days. In fact, father was granted this place as a boon for catching the beast. Krasinok sent more than 30 boats to the bottom before father finally took it. 11 men and 4 limbs were lost in the 8-day running battle with the beast. Narrow harpoons bristling from its ivory hide like a hedgehog. A hide that now hangs behind the Baron's rather ample habitus as a fancy dress cape. At its heart, a village like any other. At least it was before they came. Grigori Harkonnen was an unusually agreeable village lord, especially for a Harkonnen. But then Carthag was destroyed, and all those great house bastards took up here in Harko. Glossu the Beast Raban and his snake of a mentat. A name I shall not utter lest his evil gaze turns upon me. Have to hand it to Grigory, though. He played it exactly right and stood aside before the beast could push him from the spire. I speak the truth, that is all. The beast can eat Yazla. Our loyalties were to Count Abelard Raban, and not his demon son. The Count used to sail with father on whaling expeditions. It was Abelard who presented us with this beer hall in gratitude for ending Krasinok's reign of terror. But I think father looks at the boon as more of a retirement gift from an old friend for A life of loyal service. It said Glossus strangled his father to death with his bare hands. I pray it's not true, but it said that's how the beast got his name. Wise? No. But wisdom is in shorter supply than water on Arrakis. I say what I think, and there's nothing they can do about it. I know where the bodies are buried. I know their big secret. A hidden truth about this town that would bury them all if it ever found the right ears. And they know I have contingencies in place, should anything happen to me or father. It's a stalemate. I mess with them and they can't do anything about it. But they know I'm stuck here. Father is too old to go anywhere else, and I won't leave him. So they've got me where they want me. Until he's gone. But that's another conversation. The same thing that happens to any poor savages that don't submit to the Imperial yoke. My world had its own primitives that suffered the same fate. The ones who adapt survive. The Fremen had no chance against the Sardaukar. That's a special drink. Fresh Sidrit juice is hard to come by on Arrakis. Was there anything else with that? You're the second one looking for Tuco in the past week. I don't know and I don't want to know. I've got enough drama in my life dealing with the Harkonnens. Same thing I'm gonna tell you. Most of my clientele don't want to be found. And I don't ever ask. Half the Blackhearts in the basin know the passphrase. That and a Solari will get you a cup of coffee. Kara sent you, huh? I warned her about dealing with Tuco. He's as greasy as it gets. Tuco must have finally ripped off the wrong mark, and they want him dead. It's actually surprising it took this long. Tuco's a slippery bastard. Won't be easy if he doesn't want to be found. See that room at the back? Normally, I would advise anyone and everyone to stay the hell out of there if they like the skin on their bodies. It's a Samut lounge. The smugglers use it to coordinate their Harko operations. He doesn't have a choice if he wants to avoid pissing off Fenring any more than he already has. The smugglers keep a ledger in there to coordinate dead drops. Tuco's in that book somewhere. If you want to find him, you need to walk into that back room like you belong there and check the book for yourself. It's written in code, of course, but if you can look it over and report back, I may be able to figure out where Tuco is holed up.
look, the kitten is back. Do we have business? I am Alara Tuek, and that's all you really need to know about me, kitten. When I was young, my father used to buy me kittens, importing them from off-world at great expense. And they died, one by one. Arrakis was too much. So it amuses me to call you kitten, knowing that, like the pets of my childhood, you won't last long. I believe you already have a task, and it remains undone. Come back when you've finished, kitten, and we'll talk. Oh, look, the kitten is back. Do we have business? Easy, kitten. You ought to buy me a drink before opening with a crazy rant like that. Who did what to whom? Oh, perhaps not so crazy after all. What would you like, a pat on the head? I'm a professional intermediary. Even I do not know who hired me to arrange this. Now, you could escalate things, but no one would like the results of that, and you still wouldn't have answers. We could go through all that drama, or I could placate you by telling you exactly where to find the sandflies who did this, and you can wring what satisfaction you can from their necks. I've marked the location on your sync chart. Their base is in the Para north of Haga Basin. Don't expect a warm welcome, and don't mention my name.
Welcome back.
Dissemination of unauthorized information is strictly prohibited. Trust only the messages approved by House Harkonnen to safeguard. Seeking alliances with rival. Refusing to conform to Harkonnen directives.
We meet again. The rhyme of your stride betrays you. Yes? I see. Then I would like to amend our contract. Bring back my sword hilt. Do what you must to the sandflies. All that matters is the sword hilt. It's all I have left of my past. Please bring it to me. I will train you if you...
Welcome back. That's a special drink. Was there anything else with that? Well, this is just an informed guess, but I'm pretty sure that code refers to a dead drop on top of one of the rock spires in Jabal Ifrit.
Choose loyalty. Choose survival.
Back again? Certainly. Back again? Certainly. Back again. Here, you know what to do next. Back again. Just as you see, I'm a mentat skilled in a particular art very much in demand on Arrakis, and in particular by my colleague, Peter de Vries. A man of incomparable talent and ingenuity in the art of assassination. He has no equal. Even if he went the Baron's closest advisor, I very seriously doubt it. I am among the few he will make time for. Let's just say that when people think of me, they think of death. So, do you want to train or not? Certainly. Just as you see, I'm a mentat skilled in a particular art, a man of incomparable talent and ingenuity in the art of assassination. Even if he went the Baron's closest advisor, I very seriously doubt it. I am among the more than I have been accused of. That ratio is important to an assassin. So, do you want to train or not? Back again, just as you see. Unfortunately for you, it's not fashion. You could stand some tutelage in that regard. Still, no less useful is my skill. Assassination.
we meet again.